Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I am one of your hosts, Azteral. I am joined by fellow co-host Slasher, aka Jordan.
Hey everybody.
I am a little bit ill, just a little bit, so let's hope that my nose doesn't block too badly. Um, but we're back with another. Well, actually, I say another. Our last review for season 1 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This week was the finale with episodes 9 and 10 releasing. Overall, pretty good. It's pretty good. We had. Let's have a look. We had episode 9, which was titled Hero or Menace, and then episode 10, If This Be My Destiny. Um, Fairly good episodes. I don't think episode 9's in my top favorite list, but episode 10 is probably my favorite episode of the series, the season, because it does a lot in quite a big way. But
Yeah.
episode 9 focuses on a gang brawl thing between uh what street are they? 110th Street
110th
gang,
Street.
and the Scorpions. We get to see what's big in this episode. Let's see. Nico forgives Peter because Peter demonstrates that being a hero isn't as glamorous as she thought it was. Lonnie gets exposed to gas like Tombstone often does in comics and becomes impervious. Matt Gargan goes crazy as always. Um, Peter becomes serious Spider-Man, which is a Spider-Man you never want to meet.
Yeah, if
And
Spider-Man ever goes fucking, serious and doesn't do any quips, you do know that you are fucked. You are
uh,
fucked. You are going down and you are going down hard.
we also get to see Don be a coward as always. Um, Also, uh, Octavius and Norman have a little spat in the prison because that is just how things go in these shows. Um, and that's like pretty much it for story beats. Oh no, it's not. We also get a reveal that in a previous episode, when Peter had been injured by the Scorpion, and we saw a vial of blood get taken, that blood was being used to, and I'm going to put this in quotation marks, and you'll understand why later, reproduce the Spider-Man effect. Reproduces in quotation marks.
Yeah, you'll know why in a minute.
Um, that's pretty much it for that episode. It's heavy on the action, a lot of fighting, a lot of quipping, some serious tensions when Peter's having the flashbacks as he's beating on Gargan, and he's about to kill him actually. And yeah, it's just overall pretty chill episode compared to episode 10, which wraps everything up and actually does a pretty good job of wrapping stuff up. Because episode 10 is the culmination of everything we've seen this season. So we start with um, Nico covering for Peter as he's out Spider-Manning by presenting first, which he's never done ever. We have the reveal that everything that the internship team has been working on by Norman has been changed into something called Project Monolith, which is a project that is designed to open a gateway across space, strictly space, not time, space. Again, you'll understand why I make the difference clear in a second. But as they're opening the gateway, obviously something's got to go wrong, and so Doctor Strange shows up and is like, Norman, being a bad boy, stop it. And Norman's like, nuh-uh. And Strange's like, the fuck do you mean, nuh-uh? Stop it. They don't stop it, and so in a crazy turn of events, the what do we even call it? It's like beetle venom.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Titanus venom is back. He comes out of the portal, not the portal that Strange comes out of. He comes out of the portal that they open with the monolith thing. It does work. Obviously, a big fight happens. Norman plays the innocent card. We all know he's full of shit at this point.
Yeah.
Strange and Spidey team up. Pretty dope. They fly off each other quite well, skill-wise. You know, magic with a kick and all. Interestingly, Strange tries to use the Time Stone against the symbiote beetle thing, and the symbiote beetle thing has a reaction where it sort of like realizes that it's been tampered with in like the time stream. Anyway, it goes through a portal that Strange conjures. Peter ends up in the dark dimension for like 3 seconds before he's pulled back. Strange and the beetle thing go back in time to the start of the show, back to Midtown, where we get to see all the things. More chaos happens. The spider that we got teased in the last episode, episode 9, gets released when Peter gets thrown through a wall. Obviously, spider that bites Peter, closed time loop, so the portal's open.
So basically,
Which
the spider that turned Peter into Spider-Man is not from a lab or anything. It was just basically Peter creating himself in a way.
it's not Peter creating himself. It's when Strange opens the portal, right, and then the time stone interferes with the portal when the symbiote grabs it. The points in time like fold on top of each other, right? It's like imagine a piece of paper, you fold it on top of each other. Those 2 points of time then exist at the same point in time. So everything happening at that point in time is happening at the same time. That's why Peter can fix the
If you
machine.
guys didn't know we
while
were
all the
nerds
fights are
already,
going on.
you definitely know now.
Yeah, it's just time travel, man. It's easy. It's conceptual stuff. So Strange wins, obviously, because we've
Travel
already
isn't
seen this fight
always
play out.
easy.
Gets yoinked back into the present. They Peter fixes the machine, Project Monolith, to open a gateway. But there's obviously more than one symbiote, so the symbiote does a little screech and goes, "My friends, help me!" And his friends come to help him. So Strange goes to block the portal while Peter does his thing. I think, and I'm actually going to listen to it again because I genuinely think that when he spins it around to throw him back into the portal, it like says no. Yeah, it does. It like screeches no, or like it sounds like it screeches no. Anyway, they throw him through the portal. Peter destroys the portal. Good work, Spider-Man. Every day like this, pretty much. Harry gets the idea from Nico to start his own company to help genius people
Yeah, and it's
actually
called
make a good
Web.
difference. Strange and Peter Strange and Spider-Man have a heart-to-heart on a crane outside of Midtown, where Peter says if he can time travel, then he can tell him what happens in the future. Strange says, even if he could, he wouldn't, but he can tell that he's ready for it. And then as Strange disappears, we get a camera pan over Spidey's shoulder, and in the distance, in the starry sky, we can make out a familiar silhouette from those of you that have watched What If? The Watcher, or A Watcher.
It's
We
obviously
cut to,
it's obviously the Watcher.
we cut to Norman in the lab where Monolith was destroyed, and he finds a piece of the symbiote that got left behind. Obviously, that's going to be a thing. We then cut to one of the internship people, I don't know her name, in an alleyway, getting talked to by Daredevil, and it's revealed that she is Finesse, who's a vigilante that is working with Daredevil in the show to infiltrate Oscorp and now to infiltrate Harry's new organization, Web. We get to see a bit more of Lonnie, whose fingertips are turning white. Obviously, we all know where that's going to go. He's impervious to damage now. We get a bit of magic from Nico, who activates her pendant and says, "It's so good to see you again, Mum," which is nice. Otto creating designs for his arms, so he's probably going to be back next season. And then the big thing. Aunt May at a prison, sitting down to chat with some rando. Not a rando though, is it? Pete's dad. So Pete's dad's alive for some reason, and May knows about it and hasn't told
And he's
Peter.
in fucking prison, so whatever he did.
So that should be interesting. And then we get a final swing. MCU take note, because this final swing was actually good. And Peter just affirms himself really and says, you know, no matter what comes, I can handle it because I am Spider-Man. And that's where season 1 ends.
Spider-Man, I can do this.
That's where season 1 ends for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. 10 episodes spread across 1, 2, 3,
Like
1, 2, 3,
3 weeks?
3 week, 4 weeks. Because it was, oh no, yeah, 4 weeks. Because it was 3, 3, 2, 2. So yeah, overall, right, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. Not just by the quality, but by the dedication. Characters felt consistent. Pacing felt consistent. Granted, episode 10 a little bit rushed in some places,
when you put it
but
this,
you can
when
only
you put
put
it that
so
way,
much in.
if you've watched Ultimate Spider-Man, in Ultimate Spider-Man, that show was okay, but it didn't have the Peter side of being Spider-Man as much as it should have. It didn't have the feel of a Spider-Man show, but this show definitely does. Like you get the real life aspects, while you've also got the other stuff with it.
Yeah, and this Spider-Man feels like he actually develops as a character over the course of the show. Like he starts off, he's a novice, he's not very good, and by the end, he's fighting alongside a pretty seasoned Sorcerer Supreme. By the look of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, future seasons are already confirmed. Obviously, we already know that.
Yeah. Apparently season up to season 3 for now.
There's definitely another season. We know that for a fact. The other one's a little bit iffy. You never know. Some stuff could change. But they've left a lot of openings for storylines. Obviously, I'm interested to see where Lonnie's character goes, how he changes into Tombstone. I nearly call him Kingpin then. Into Tombstone.
Obviously because his skin is changing like Tombstone white, which is what Tombstone's skin becomes. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes and how they do it, and like how much of a villain they make him.
What else? I'm interested to see what they do with the symbiote. That could be interesting. I'm interested to see what they do with the Daredevil side of it, because that was super interesting for them to throw in. Obviously wasn't a big part of the show, but it makes you think about all the times that Peter was interacting with that internship member. Nico and her little magic pendant and mother situation. That's going to be an interesting plot line for them to talk through and, you know, have on display for us. And then I'm interested to see how Webb does, how Harry's new company goes, because let's be honest, Norman's probably not going to be too thrilled about the competition.
Yeah, that and he's probably using his dad's money anyway.
But yeah, you know, it was what it was. Was it a masterpiece? No, no. Was it better than Spectacular Spider-Man? No, no. Was it as good, nearly as good as Spectacular Spider-Man? Yeah, it was pretty good. It was definitely better than it could have been, and it quite frankly should have been, because let's be honest, we all saw the same trailers. It didn't look great. The show actually slaps.
The trailers did not do the show justice at all.
They honestly just needed to. They honestly just needed to put the trailers together a little bit better. Probably would have done quite well in that way. I mean, the show
I get it.
the show
They didn't want to
itself
reveal too much.
the show itself is like, you can only do so much without showing all the cool stuff in the trailer. I'm happy they didn't show all the cool stuff in the trailer, because it was nice to be surprised. But quite a lot of the big cool stuff was shown in the trailer, like the Daredevil stuff. Like, if they had kept the Daredevil stuff in wraps, imagine how insane it would have been to see Spider-Man fight Daredevil. You'd have lost your mind. But yeah, I I haven't been as surprised by a Marvel project this much since I don't even know when. I actually don't even know when the last time was I was this surprised.
Same, to be fair.
Maybe. In fact, I'm having a look. I'm actually having a look.
Marvel movies these days, I think, have just become popcorn movies. Like, they're fun to watch and that, but they're not groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, right. I haven't been as pleasantly surprised by a Marvel project since Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm.
That was on a different level, because we were in a pretty bad state for the MCU when Volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
True.
And that came out and it was phenomenal. This has come out not on the same level, but, you know, would I rewatch Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Same.
rewatch it I'd rewatch it. You know, let it simmer for a few weeks, if not a month, and then rewatch it again. It's a fun Spider-Man show. It's nice, wholesome stuff, which is what it should be. What would you rate it overall?
I think these two episodes together, I would rate them a 9. No, these two episodes together, I'll rate as an 8. The show as a whole, a 9 or a 10, but 9, but push it to a 10.
I I would say these two episodes on a whole, I would probably say is like an 8.3.
Oh,
And then the overall season, I would give like a 9.4 out of 10.
yeah, I can see that.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thoroughly enjoyed how much they did in such a short amount of time. because 10 episodes, they had what, 10 episodes, roughly half an hour each, so they were about 23-minute episodes overall once you get the intro and outro out of the way. Comparing the quality of that to the quality of like some other Marvel shows like Echo or She-Hulk or hell, even WandaVision, to be quite frank. Like, they did quite a lot with quite a lot less of like screen time overall. So I'm quite impressed. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think covered it all.
Well, that is the last review for season 1 of Your Friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man. I've been one of your hosts, Aztrail.
I'll be the host, Slasher.
We will see you. Well, we'll see you when we see you, actually, because I actually don't know what's next. Daredevil, probably.
Daredevil will
in
probably be
about a
the
month.
next show. About 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks, so
Other
roughly
than that,
about
you
a
will
month.
be able to enjoy more episodes of Baldur's Gate because I can't wait to get all these done.
But yeah, we will see you in the next video, whatever it may be. Yeah, bye for now.
Bye for now.
We escaped, Banshee.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!